Hey everybody, hi, how are you doing? This is Dr. Kushal Gangwani from Oramax Dental Clinic, and today we are going live with one of our dental expert technicians whose name is Nikhil Bhatkar, and he is we are going to discuss a lot about dental digital smile, how it is happening, what is the process of smile creation, and so many things. So I bet you're gonna enjoy this session. So stay tuned. We are going to take Nikhil live with us very soon. How is everybody doing? Hi Sujit. Hi Movie. How are you doing? So we being dentists, we don't know what is happening behind the scenes in the dental lab. So that's what our whole purpose is, to see exactly what is happening in that live session, what is happening behind the scenes. So that is why I thought of choosing this topic, so that everybody will come to know what are the activities going on in the dam. Just give me a minute while I just broadcast this live session. Hi Silk Sweetie, how are you doing? Well, I haven't done many Instagram lives before, but many things, it's a learning process. Kanchan Jadhav join. Hi Kanchan, how are you doing? So we're just waiting for Nikhil. And yes, Silk, I'll see you at 7 p.m. You can hear our live session. We are going to discuss a lot of things, uh, regarding dentistry and behind the scenes of what's happening. So it's gonna be fun. Hi Vineet Panti, how are you doing, buddy? Prajakta Kuterekar, yeah. So let me just introduce our guest for today. First of all, a very big welcome to all of you, those who have logged in for this Instagram live session. It is so heartwarming to see all of you have taken such a precious time out on a Saturday evening like this for this live session to explore this interesting topic behind the scenes of smile designing. So we see a beautiful smile, and what is all happening behind the scene, what is all happening behind the scenes, behind all the technical. Let me just take Nikhil Bhatkar live with me. So Nikhil, you can connect. Yes. Hi Nikhil, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So I was just telling my viewers, I was welcoming them a very big welcome to all of you who have logged in for this Instagram live session. It is so heartwarming to see that you've taken your time out on a Saturday evening for this interesting topic behind the scenes of smile designing. So a very big thank you to one and all for being a part of our Instagram community and joining us for this fun, exciting session. So I'd like to introduce our special guest for today, Mr. Nikhil Bhatkar. So Mr. Nikhil Bhatkar has done his MBA in marketing from University of Wales Institute in Cardiff, and he is the director of the famous Grooves Dental Lab in Mumbai, and he worked as a national sales head with Dental Laboratory for 5 years. He's worked with Star TV as ad sales manager. He's worked with Radio City as an ad sales manager, and is currently running a lab with a force of 75 people in just 1.5 years. And he's catering in Mumbai, Baroda, Delhi, Nasik, Chennai, Karnataka. That's huge. And not just India, but he has many places abroad like Qatar, Australia, UK, and Netherlands. So, Nikhil, we welcome you on our Instagram live session. And how are you feeling about it?
It's good. So I mean, it's really nice. Since the lockdown has started, I was actually seeing a lot of webinars going on. I was
Yeah.
seeing a lot of taken, and at some point maybe I should get this opportunity at times as well. And right when I was thinking about this, I got a text from you, and I'm really excited for this one now.
Yeah. I'm excited as well. So,
Right.
Nikhil, let's start off by asking you a few questions. So here we go. So, Nikhil, how did you start your venture of Grooves Dental Design, and what motivated you to come up with such an idea of starting a dental laboratory, and what inspired you? Like,
Right. So let me just give you a small brief, sir. How did we start? So we, as a company, we just started a year and a half ago,
okay,
right? So we are four partners in the company. I'm
uh-huh,
one of them. Then of
okay,
course my wife is a partner in them. Her name is Shraddha. She's a
mm-hmm.
certified dental tech. She has done her CDT program from Scotland. She has also
Okay,
undergone smile designing program from Budapest. So she takes care mainly of the aesthetic part of the dentistry,
okay,
right? I have another partner by the name of Mahesh Sonamne, again a
mm-hmm.
certified dental technician. He is trained in implant restorations from Germany. He is trained on ceramic powder from Switzerland. He is
Mm-hmm.
trained on milling machine from Israel. So he takes care
Okay,
more of the implant restorations and the full mouth we have.
wonderful, wonderful.
Another partner again by the name of Pradeep. Again,
Mm-hmm.
he's a certified technician. He masters in CAD CAM solutions, so he takes care of entire ExoCAD and the billing units.
Mm-hmm.
Previous to when we started with the lab, he was actually going all out in India, and he was training the laboratories about how to use the machineries. So
Mm-hmm.
we were fortunate enough. Before I could start, I used to work for a dental laboratory earlier
Okay.
as national sales head, and we felt we all four were young and we were dynamic and we have our own expertise. So we felt that we four as a good team, we felt it's a good combination to have. So we just thought of coming in and taking a starting of this venture. So we started in
Uh-huh.
first of February in 2019.
Wow.
Thought let's give it a shot. Let's
Uh-huh.
give it a shot. 2019. Let's see what it goes. And here we are. In no time, we have people working, and we've been very lucky. Doctors were very kind. They were very supportive. All the doctors
Yeah.
have been very supportive for us, and since then it was more looking back, and now it just motivates me to come every day in the lab and
Wow.
give this. It's amazing.
Wonderful, wonderful. So happy to hear your story, how you started, and it's a beautiful venture. You're doing amazingly well, and you'll go many more miles ahead. I pray. So, Nikhil, I would like to ask you, especially during this current COVID pandemic times, how are you ensuring, there's a, a lot of things are going to and fro from lab to the dental clinic. So how do you
Right.
ensure the prevention of cross infection or cross contamination from your end between the dental clinic and the laboratory via impressions, dental materials, and so many things? So, and what do you expect the dentist to do regarding that? So, you can speak about
So
that.
pandemic has changed certainly a lot of things for everybody, and dental is no different, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we actually sat down and were thinking, how do we go about it? Because this is something which is went to it, but of course we
Yeah.
have to give to our dentist. The patients are eventually going to come. People who are struggling will come. So we
Mm-hmm.
had to laboratory. So what are the preventive measures? What we started doing is whenever the impressions could come in, we have actually got the disinfection liquid,
Okay.
right? So all the impression would go dip in there. We will leave the impressions in that bucket with the liquid for 5 minutes, right?
Okay.
All my guys are wearing the mask in the laboratory, which is mandatory,
Yeah.
right? For taking care of the impressions, I've been using gloves so that there should not be any cross contamination. There's no infection because of course it comes from the patient's mouth. So
Mm-hmm.
try and take care as much as we can from our end. And from the dentist point of view, I always request my dentist if even if they can disinfect the impression before they can give it to us. And
Yeah.
most of the dentists do that because they understand the seriousness of this whole coronavirus. So
Mm-hmm.
that is what we take care of. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. So, there are very few labs like who are taking all the precautions to stop the pandemic or stop cross infection. You're one of them, and you're meticulously taking care of every small detail. That is very important. So, hats off to you. So, Nikhil, my third question for you is, what do you think are the latest innovations or latest technology in dentistry, especially dental laboratory, where all the wonderful smiles are being crafted? So, what are the latest things which are in nowadays? People are looking forward for it.
Right. See, so the dentistry has changed over the years.
Yes.
Over the years, it's now it is not a need-based dentistry.
Yeah,
Dentistry
yeah.
from has moved towards aesthetics. People are
Definitely.
very about how they look, how they smile, and they're getting very conscious about how their smile is looking in front of the camera, on their selfies, and everything. Right. So things have changed, and having said that, even the trend of the industry has changed. So
Hmm.
earlier when we used to take the putty impressions,
Yes,
now it's all gone digital,
digital.
right? Most of the doctors have now started taking the intraoral scans,
Yes.
right? And so I'll show you something how of course, I'll show you something how it looks. So ideally, you would make an impression which would look something like this.
Yes.
Right? But because things have changed now, and what we can get now is something like a digital impression.
Hmm. Digital impression sounds interesting, for our audience. Yes.
How we have to get it then. So this is like a 3D printer. So I
Yeah.
3D print, right? So what happens is there's a intraoral scanner which goes in the mouth, and with just a click of a button, within few seconds you will have the upper lower R scanned.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That comes in, and so we print the 3D models. So a lot of things have changed in the industry now. As I said, it's not a need-based industry anymore. It's more of aesthetic. It's more demanding now, right? Things have changed now from dentures. People are now opting for implants
Implants.
because
Yes.
slowly the awareness is there in the patients now. What are the pros and the cons of denture over implants? So everything has
Hmm.
changed so quickly, and as a dental laboratory, we have to adapt to that change as well, right? Because of course it's because I always believe it's more of a teamwork between a dentist and a laboratory. If there's a
Definitely.
good team between a dentist and laboratory, if we kind of know each other well, that's the only way that we can help the patient, the end user, to give a satisfied smile.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, like you correctly said, it's a team-based effort, and many people see the art, they don't appreciate the artist. So, like I said, you dental technicians like you, dental laboratory, they are like the fine artist, and we are just like instruments in your hands. So, the main credit, you are, I must say that all these dental labs and all, they work silently in the background, but the entire credit and most of the credit for the wonderful smiles which you see in the pictures are because of them. So, congratulations, Nikhil, for that.
I
And
beg to that I still believe you guys are the greatest heroes because to have a patient put on the dental chair is scary.
I know, I
to,
swear, I swear.
to treat a patient there and to get on this mindset to make him feel comfortable, it's no easy task. For us, it's more
Definitely.
easy because we just work on the cast. So I still believe you guys are still the heroes. We
No,
work
no.
on this patient, so that's a lot of difference. There's a lot of difference.
Well, it's a team effort, I must say. So, Nikhil, what is this basically this 3D printing technology? Nowadays, it's the latest trend, and everybody's speaking about three-dimensional printing. And what are the pros and cons of it? How useful it is, and where do you see this in the long run?
So 3D printing technology is by far the most precise form of showing to the patient how their smile is going to look like, right?
Okay.
The tradition there was like a hand wax up or a mock up. So if you want to see, I can quickly show it to you what I
Hmm.
meant by hand mock up. So if the viewers want to see, so this is
Yes.
something. What you can see here is something what the traditional way of doing work was, right? Now, what happens here is because this is handmade, right? This is from
Hmm.
the eyes of that particular technician who's working on it.
Okay.
However, to digital, now when we talk about digital, it's more computerized, which means your computer knows where the margins are, what the
Yeah.
curve is looking like, right? What my finals are going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
So I did everything on my computer. I take the approval from my doctor. The doctor then,
Okay.
if he wants to go ahead and show to the patient, they can show to the patient, and then I print it. Now, what does the print look like? I'm going to quickly show it to you just here.
Wow, guys, so this is amazing. Nikhil is practically showing us all the practical aspects of dental laboratory, which many dentists, I'm sure, must have not seen it because they are working in the dental operatories, but practically he is able to help us by showing the each and every step there.
So if you see this here, this is something which we have designed. And now to show a
Wow.
patient how it is going to look like in the patient's mouth, it's very difficult. But if I show it to you here, it makes a
Mm-hmm.
lot of understanding. It becomes very clear what my crown is going to look like. So if you see this,
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
right now, you
Wonderful.
can see from buccal side, you can see from the palate side as well how the crowns are looking. And once you
Yes.
approve that, what we do is we go ahead and we 3D print it. Shortly, I will show you my 3D printing and my milling machine as well. But when we print it, it looks something like this,
Okay. That's
right?
amazing.
So what is happening is you can then transfer this in your patient's mouth, and this will look 100% the same the way it is looking on this cast. So your final prosthesis, your final smile is going to look exactly 100% how this is looking right now. So
Wow,
there's no
wow.
difference between a
Yes.
handmade mock-up or wax-up to the final prosthesis. With 3D printing, we eliminate all of that.
All the manual errors are eliminated. That's your point. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And guys, I must say that Nikhil not only keeps this to himself, but he sends the HTML file to the dentist to get their
Right,
approval of how the final outcome is there. So he has
right,
sent me one file. I'll just show you in my mobile screen as well. So this is something which he has sent. So you can see, you can play with this model. This is an ExoCAD software. So he sends an HTML file. You just need to have this app, and you can actually see, explore all the wonderful crown margins and appreciate everything from all the sides. So it's like a 3D model in your hand. You have these features, so you can just play with it. You can hide something from it. You can just see detail, zoom in. So like that's amazing technology which is making use of it. So dentistry has evolved from those those nasty those impressions then till from now from there to the digital thing. So this is the next big thing, next big evolution. So Nikhil, I must say you're doing a wonderful job. I have not experienced any lab sending me this, and the communication which establishes with the dentist and the lab is by far the best one. So Nikhil, my next question to you is what is this? Nowadays we hear about digital smile designing. So
right.
what basically is this smile designing, and how do you process it? What is the process of it, and what are the pros and cons, and what do you prefer in the final outcome of a smile designing?
Right. So, sir, a digital smile design, something which your is very conscious about the aesthetics, right? Now, what happens with digital smile design is there's a lot of planning which is involved from both sides, from the dentist side, from the laboratory side as well, right? So what we do is the doctors share a lot of pictures of the patient, how the patient looks like with their face, if the patient is male or female. So we get into the integrity of what is the smile line of the patient, what is the age of the patient, what is the patient looking at, right? What is the
Mhm.
final patient is looking at? So a lot of discussion which goes in that, and then ultimately we make the plan and we put everything into the designing, and we put
Okay.
each particular tool which is then designed and planned on the computer, on the ExoCAD design, and we put on, and then that is transferred in the final restoration. Right?
Okay.
So now that can be a lot of involvement of your gingiva, there is a lot of changes. Could be a combination of orthodontics as well if required, if there's a lot of crowding of. So,
Mm-hmm.
new concept which is called a DSD, in which both, as I said, the dentist as well as the laboratory is equally involved to plan this case in a way that we can get the better restorations, and it's more like a lifelike crown to patient.
Oh, wow. Sounds very interesting. And I am an oral surgeon, so I don't know much about DSD, digital smile designing, but it is definitely a very interesting subject matter. So I will definitely put my hands into it very soon. So, Nikhil, my next question to you is, there are two methods of fabricating a crown or a prosthesis. One is casting and another is milling. So I'm sure
Right.
many of the dentists must be acquainted with these words, casting and milling. So, what do you prefer among these two in terms of the final outcome and the long-term sustainability, and what are the pros and cons of each of them?
So while I'm giving an answer, I would want to show you what milling looks like, and
Yeah,
then I will talk about milling because I want us to see as well what the milling is, what is the process of the milling, and then I will come back and because maybe I think if I show you the process, it's easier for me to explain why
yes,
milling is better than casting. Now, I'm
definitely.
just going to wear my mask
Sure.
and I'll take you through to my laboratory where my milling machine is.
So you have
So
basically two
I'm just
labs,
walking
right?
to
You're going to another lab. So guys,
these.
meanwhile, Nikhil, yeah,
Yeah. So I have two dental laboratories, and I'm just walking towards my laboratory where I have my milling machine and my CAD CAM station.
wow, wonderful. So Nikhil is equipped with the latest technology and machinery in his lab. So like he was speaking how the digital dentistry has evolved and everybody is moving and switching to digital dentistry. The gone are the days when people are taking the manual impressions and they are switching over to digital scans, 3D printing, milling, so many things.
So
So
here
meanwhile,
we
Nikhil
are.
is just adjusting. He's reaching. Nikhil, are you there? Yes.
I am. Can
Yeah.
you guys see me? We were discussing about digital
Yes. Yes. Yes.
smile designing. Let me guys introduce my partner Pradeep. I spoke about. That's Pradeep for y'all.
Hi, Pradeep.
He is my partner and he's the one who take cares of this entire section. So currently what we are doing is we are doing DSD kind of thing. So yeah, I've got the patient space. As I was discussing that we integrate all the smaller aspects in the patient mouth. We see the lip line of the patient. We see how the patient look like. And this is how
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about, right? Here comes the milling. So this is the milling machine which is in process. As you can see, I'm just going to quickly, you guys see it?
Yes. Yes. That's wonderful. So what is happening there basically?
So this is a milling machine. What happens is when I scan the model, once we scan
Uh-huh.
it, we design it, which looks something like that.
Okay.
Now, once I design it, it goes in the milling machine, and there's a
Okay.
burr which looks something like this. You see the small burrs which are put here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, and there's a zirconia block, and it mills on the zirconia block,
Oh,
and the final processes come out. So that is milling. So milling is nothing but
wow.
a 100% CAD CAM prosthesis. There's no man-made thing. It's 100%
Okay.
CAD CAM, which is computer aided. So
Wow.
I'm just
Wow.
going to quickly
Wonderful.
show it to you. This is what my uh, CAD CAM station looks like. So I got two
That's
milling
amazing.
machines there. I got a furnace here. I got a 3D printer there.
I'm sure those who are not from the dental fraternity, they must everything will be going bouncer. But definitely, Nikhil is trying to make it very simple to understand.
Right. And this is and this is where the scoring and everything happens,
Okay.
right? And that's my denture department. So I'm just going to show it to you very, very quickly. Just there,
Yeah. You got a
right?
lot of technicians working for you, right?
A small team of 70 people.
Small team. Yeah.
And I'm
Amazing.
so coming back to your question, which is
Yes.
better, print casting
Casting or milling?
or milling? Hands down, milling is better option than casting, because
Yes,
what happens is when you
definitely.
do the milling, as I showed it to you, it mills, which is 100% CAD CAM. So there's no
Mm-hmm.
chances of a margin issues. There's no chances of,
Shrinkage, basically.
there's no problem of shrinkage like casting. There's no manual made problem which can go through, right? When you do
Okay.
casting, what happens is there are a lot of issues which, yeah. So something like this, example, if this is the one, if I have to cast it, then there is a possibility where there's a shrinkage here, there's a possibility there's a bubble here, there's a possibility
Mm-hmm.
of the fitting of the crown as well.
Yes, yes.
So I'm just going to show you the zirconia which we use, the block on which we mill. So this is something which we use.
Okay.
So this is Aman Girbag. So I use three of them. I use Nexup from US. This is Aman Girbag from Austria.
Mm-hmm.
And I use this zircon block from Germany as well.
Wow, wonderful. So
Okay.
for those who, for according to my understanding, like casting involves you make a handmade wax pattern of the final crown which is to be delivered, and the wax goes inside the casting machine, and that gets converted to a metal, and then you do hand layering of ceramic on top of it. And milling is something where you're doing a 3D printing of the model. You are basically carving, the machine is carving out of it a crown out of that zirconia block. And so the chances of human error is totally reduced. That's what my understanding is.
That's negligible, absolutely
Yeah.
negligible. Let me show you the block as well. So yeah, this is how the zirconia block looks like. It's look like a white cake,
Okay. Uh-huh.
right?
Wow. So how many crowns can you make from this one block?
Depending on how many units do we have. So on this zirconia block, you can make roughly an average of 20 units,
Wow.
depending on the thickness of the crown as well. So it's milled
Okay.
there. Now once you mill it, it goes in the furnace for sintering. And
Mm-hmm.
once it's out, I'm gonna quickly show you what is the process looks like after that.
Mm-hmm.
So once it's out there, it comes in the finishing department, which looks something like this. So here we are on a Saturday weekend, and this is how the finishing looks like.
Amazing.
Right. So we've got a team here who does all of that. He's trying to fit
Wow.
this
Wow.
down on the cast. Once these guys give go ahead, once these guys are happy with the fit, this goes
Uh-huh.
out for the build up, which looks something like this. Say hi.
Great.
So
Nice.
he's doing a build up here, and once this goes, it goes in a furnace, which is here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's my build up team here, which does most of the aesthetic work. And then here we have Vishal. Vishal, you want to say a quick hi?
Hi, Vishal.
And then he does the glazing part, which means he gives you the shade and the shine
Shine.
and
Yes.
everything aesthetic. So he's my shiny boy here. He's the one. I need to keep him very, very happy. Yeah. If
He's the
Vishal is
most
not happy,
important
but the
person.
patients are not smiling. So that's how whole the process looks like. So once it's out from the
Wow.
milling machine, it comes out here, and then this is what we do. So behind one crown, there are a lot of people involved. You know what I mean?
I know, I know. A crown looks so small, but so many goes through so many processes, goes through so many hands, so many expertise. So I'm sure many of us have become aware of this. Thank you, Nikhil, for taking us to the tour of your lab, and it was amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Nikhil, my next question is, tell us more about implant dentistry and how the digital lab workflow of for implant processes takes place in your lab.
Right. So as I said earlier, if you remember that, there's no more need. People are
Yes.
now getting aware about different options. Right? Earlier, it was always denture. You can
Mm-hmm.
just, and you can just fix it. But right now, things have changed and a lot of plant restoration.
Nikhil, your voice is breaking. Okay.
Am I audible now? Am I
Yeah,
better?
yeah, better. Yeah.
Perfect. So here we are. So now you see there's a lot of implant which
Yes.
goes in, right? Things have changed. So what we do is we have a special team of implants. We have a technician uh, with the dental laboratory working in implants for more than 15 years. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Sadhu sir, can you just quickly say hi to them?
Hi, sir.
So he is the man who takes care of our implant restoration. Of course, Mahesh is there as well. He's the man who
Mm-hmm.
does everyone, but
Wonderful, wonderful.
take care of implant restoration. And of course, we have another one by the name of Nirmal. So these both guys have been doing it for the last 18 years now, doing the implant restorations. So they have seen uh, the shift, the transformation in the implant industry. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we do a lot of implants. We do a lot of digital implants as well. So
Wow.
there are different restorations what you can do. You can do a normal crown, a bridge, like a denture. This is like a bar. What we are doing at the moment
Mm-hmm.
here.
Okay.
So how the bar looks like, and of course, then the prosthesis will come on top of that. And here
Mm-hmm.
I have made a framework.
Yeah.
And once this is all okay to go, then we are just going to build it up. And there's a small
Mm-hmm.
section which we have given here. You can see
Yes.
it's a hole, and you
Yes.
can just fit it and fit it.
Screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are
So,
better options because if there is anything, if the patient is not comfortable, you can just get the screws off. You can get the whole restoration out. Then you can treat the implant again if need be. So these are
wow.
the options are the better options over cement.
Yes, yes. So thank you for that wonderful input. And like you said, the implant dentistry is the next big thing in dentistry, and it is absolutely a very safe procedure during the current pandemic times because it involves no aerosols. So it's not an aerosol kind of a procedure. And like we all know, aerosols cause a cross infection, contamination, and it causes the transmission of this COVID-19. But implant is a very safe procedure to be done, and yes, and what there are many benefits of implants. Being an implantologist myself, I can vouch for implants because it is a very safe procedure. First of all, it is a painless thing, which many people think are scared of the painful part, but it has become a painless thing. And also, it doesn't need grinding the adjacent teeth, any modifications in your existing natural tooth. So everything is done at the bone level. So I completely vouch and I support that you should all go for implants. Those who want implants or missing, replacing the missing tooth. So wonderful, Nikhil. Lastly, I want to just ask you if you can show us the different types of prostheses. We all know of a cap. Like people say to us, I want a cap. But what are the types of cap? What are the different aspects, materials, techniques, and different kinds of cap, like a metal cap, a zirconia cap, a Brookshire cap, a taillight crown, or a PFM crown, DMLS crown. So how does it look like? Can you just quickly show us?
The conventional PFM, how it started, right? But
Yeah.
we do all CAD. We do not
Nikhil, your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
audible. Am I better?
Yeah, yeah, now better.
So I was saying we do not do anything conventional in the lab. It's one CAD cam. So what I'm going to do is uh, CAD cam PFM. So basically, it's a metal crown. So what we do is do wax up on uh, computer, design it, and we wax block, and then that wax block goes in the casting, CAD CAM. Then we have a DMLS, which is direct metal laser sintering. Now, what is the difference between a DMLS and a CAD CAM PFM? As I said, with the CAD CAM PFM, we design the wax block and then we put the wax block in the milling. We design the wax block and then the wax block goes in the casting. With DMLS, it's 100% CAD CAM. So it's a fresh chrome cobalt powder which is put on a plate and it is pressed and sinters over the period of time. So it's a build-up of a freshly pressed chrome cobalt powder, right? So that's DMLS. Okay.
Okay.
And CAD. Then comes your metal-free crowns. So see here, the first
Mm-hmm.
can you see that? These
Yeah.
are metal, no metal involved in it. These are made from the zirconia block. Right? So these are layered. The one which you see is layered. On the front one, this is layered. This is monolithic. Now, what is monolithic? Means there is no layering involved in it. Right? It is made of a one particular block.
Okay.
Right? This is an inlay. You can see here.
Yeah.
Right?
Inlay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's you there. I've got a bridge here for you to show. So this is a 3-unit bridge.
Okay. This is metal free.
This is metal free, yes.
So can you tell what are do we have the metal free options for the posterior teeth which are used for biting, the occlusion, and how is the durability for metal free restorations in those areas?
Right. So as I said, the reason why we use 3 zirconia blocks, as I showed you earlier. So I use 3 zirconia blocks because every block has a different rigidity, different strength to it, and their opacity needed also varies. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about your posteriors, so not from dental background, if you're something which is using for your back tooth, can you hear me? Am I
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The voice is breaking. Yeah, now it's better.
good?
Yes, yes, now better.
Yeah. So if something goes, if I'm using something in my posterior teeth, right? We use something like this because you need a lot of strength to for your posterior teeth. So you can choose if like like chicken mutton. We need to have a very strong teeth behind here, right? So we
Yeah.
use everything. For your anterior regions, we use zirconia open. We layer it with the ivoclar powder,
Okay.
right? So it's more aesthetic as well. When you smile, it's nicer and at the same time it has strength.
Okay. Wow, wonderful. Thank you for that input, Nikhil. Uh, I Okay, so like we you have showed us metal restorations, PFM restorations, metal-free restorations, Bruxzir. What do you have to say about Bruxzir? What is the material which is used for Bruxzir, and especially for patients who have those clenching and bruxism habit? So
Right.
what kind of material is involved there? And they come with a warranty of 15 years, right? So how better, how good is it?
So Bruxzir, of course, see, Bruxzir is nothing but a name, just like how I have.
Nikhil, your voice is breaking. There's a comment there. Your voice is breaking. Can you
Am I audible?
I think the connectivity issue is there.
Better?
Yeah, yeah, now it's better.
Am I, am I
Yeah,
better?
yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So I was saying, Bruxzir is nothing but the name of the company, is the name of the block, right? Which is a company which is in US, which manufactures this block. So just like how I have a block from here which is from US,
Mm-hmm.
and I have another one which is from Austria.
Mm-hmm.
So a Bruxer is nothing but a block which is monolithic. Bruxer has a fractional strength of 1465 megapascal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who, as you said, who is a clencher, who has a bruxism, goes for something like which is a monolithic, which is much harder option, and it's most ideal for patients who are bruxer to have this
Mm-hmm.
particular ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. So, in terms of the warranty, so all this which the lab provides warranty, 10 years warranty, 15 years warranty, patients ask the dentist, iska kya guarantee hai? So we said we don't provide any guarantee, but the lab people like you provide the guarantee or warranty, you can say. So what does this warranty include, and how confident that this nothing will happen for 10 years to this crown you are, like regarding in terms of the materials?
Right. See, so no matter which product you use, right? If your crown, now I'm being very very honest, and I'm telling you, there's no marketing gimmick to that. But any crown
Uh-huh.
which you make, they last for lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we do not know the eating habit of the patient. We do not know the oral hygiene of the patient. Uh, this crown will last for life, right? But of course,
Yeah.
there's going to be wear and tear over the year of time. As I
Yeah.
said, we do not know what are the oral hygiene of the patient, how good the patient is taking care of the restoration. At times,
Mm-hmm.
we do the veneers and we put the veneers, and patient eats something from the front of the tooth, and it is tend to come out, right? So of course there's a warranty, but at the same time we believe that it's also the patient's responsibility to take care of the tooth, because it's something which is not natural, and something which
Yeah.
is not natural is tend to come out or pop out or break or kind of crack eventually.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
of course, a patient has to still take care of it. Of course, there's a warranty to it. The product is good, right? There's no second doubt about the product what we use, but at the same time, it is patient responsibility as well to maintain that oral hygiene, to take care of the prosthesis.
Yes, yes. So thank you for that wonderful input, Nikhil. Like he said, that the product comes with a warranty, but it is the utmost responsibility of the patient to take excellent care of the prosthesis, the fake crown, fake tooth you have, by maintaining good oral hygiene, by following the proper instructions given by your dentist, and also like if anything happens, like it pops out, you can come back to a dentist and we can fix it back for you. But
Absolutely.
ultimately, if you want to have a very good quality product, you need to invest in it. So many patients, look for economical options, but there are limitations to the economical options as well, right? Yeah. So that's there. I wanted to ask you lastly about veneers. Veneers are the next big thing in dentistry, and many people are putting their hands in veneers, smile designing, and they are indicated in so many scenarios, like they have a gap in their teeth, or you have some short teeth, you want a brighter smile. Especially where the area where I practice in Juhu, people come and ask looking for, there's some enhancement in their smile by veneers. So, what is your experience with veneers? What are the good companies, good products, or good brands you can vouch for?
Veneers again, it has transformed like way too much. The veneers, we generally do around 400 to 500 veneers a month.
Wow.
uh, that's what we do a lot in our laboratory, because a lot of people now, as I said, it's no more need based. People are coming, they're getting more conscious about their smile. People want more of aesthetics now, so that's what we do a lot of aesthetic smile designing. So veneers is something which we do a lot. The company which we use for veneers is Emax. That's what we use. It's a Ivo Club. It's from Switzerland. It's one of the best product you can have for your smile designing cases. And apart from that, there's also a product from GC by the name of Lisi, which is lithium silicate.
Mhm.
Again, one of the very good product to have it. In fact, Lisi was the one which was introduced in dental industry much before Emax.
Emax.
But when Emax came in 2004, and with the kind of result what they have a result percentage of 99.9%, and it took away the whole dental industry in a different wave. And since then, every dentist started using Emax over GC. But GC has again relaunched with their product with some changes, and it has proven to be a very good product again. We have done quite a few smiles with GC, and they look absolutely beautiful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Absolutely.
So, like you said, you do so many Emacs and so many veneers cases in a month. So, what are the shortcomings you face from the dentist aspect? Not in terms of veneers, but in any kind of impressions. And what is the single most factor which you feel this is inadvocate for you to work ahead? And how do you convey this to your fellow dentist that, sir, आपके margins are not proper? But the dentist may be so like senior in his level, he may feel offended. So how do you convey it to them?
So we understand and we respect the fact that they are going to be, if the dentist who's so senior, and if dentists who have been doing this for all their life are still having issues with the margin or with the cutting, we understand and we respect that there could be some clinical challenges as well, which we cannot see as technicians. We see the cast. But
Yeah.
if you're cutting a 7, if you're cutting an 8, you're seeing a patient who is a gagger, and hence is a drag.
Hmm.
You see a patient who's hyperactive. If the moment you put the file, and the patient just jumps up and down. So I'm sure there could be some clinical challenge, and hence the impression come in the way it is. So as a laboratory, we always practice that, we ask the dentist first: is it possible to make a new impression?
Mhm.
There is ABC reason why we are asking it, if there's a possibility, because we haven't seen the patient, the dentist has seen the patient. So it is only right for the dentist to tell me, Nikhil, yes, it is possible, I can repeat the impression. Or worst thing what they can say is, Nikhil, I cannot make the impressions again because there XYZ reason, and hence I cannot do it. And as I said, we respect that, we understand that there are going to be some challenges which we are not aware of. So it could be completely wrong on our part saying that doctors have impression repeat. We cannot do that.
Yeah, that's so humble and so well said that the message you convey to the dentist is very much respected. And like I said, I recently faced this problem. My patient was an OSMF patient, submucous fibrosis patient. He had hardly two finger mouth opening, and I had taken a 7 impression, and the margins didn't come well.
Right.
So, like your technician had conveyed to me in such a gentle and polite manner, sir, I am unable to process this. I'm sorry, but you need to repeat an impression. So I was feeling very much, अरे यार, वैसे मैं patient का मैं क्या करूँ? But then he spoke to me in such a humble tone, no? So I had to call her again, and I refreshed the margins, and I took a new impression and send you back. So so much, I feel it would be such a boon if we just do a digital dentistry there. Like if we have a scanner and we quickly scan the teeth, and if there are any shortcomings, we immediately come to know through the computer, so we can there and there make some changes. So that makes the life easier, and to's and fro's of the sending the impression back to the lab, that also helps.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what my take on this is. Like digital dentistry is the next big thing, and I request all my fellow colleague dentists also that you go and shift your practice from manual to digital dentistry. Okay, Nikhil, we will soon end this session. Any conclusive words you want to say to our audience today, and how was your experience with this Instagram live session? I had absolutely fun with chatting with you. What is your experience, and what is message you want to convey?
It's really good, sir. Really good to talk to you on Instagram, because, of course, the time when the times were different, we used to come meet in your clinic, meet
Yeah,
coffee, and everything was good. But times have changed. The times have changed, and hence this is the way now until there's some vaccine for this whole COVID thing. I would request my fellow dentists and my friends from dental student, please take care, because you guys are right there doing it day in and day out, what you're doing, and please take care of yourself, because of course we all are doing for your family, we all have families at home, so please take care.
and
and uh, and, and when things turn good, we're gonna meet soon, and we're gonna chill again soon, and things are gonna be all good.
yeah. So yeah, thank you once again, Nikhil. Like I said in the beginning, that everybody sees the art, they don't see the artist. So thank you for being such a wonderful artist and spreading smiles. So I give a lot of credit to you. And there's too much of technical stuff we all did now during this session about dentistry, crowns, bridges. Let us just chill and play a rapid fire game. And
Wow,
I'll give you one word, and you just have to speak one word which comes to your mind first about that particular word. So we'll
that,
start.
that's going to stress me a lot now.
Love,
Love, wife,
life,
my son,
friends,
family,
family,
yeah, uh, my parents,
marriage,
eternal.
eternal, wonderful. Spirituality,
It's within us.
yes, definitely. Health.
Uh, body of mind.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Health is body of mind. You need to be healthy to make sure that everything is falling in place.
Especially required today. And COVID-19.
Ah, something which I don't think about again.
I know the year has been full of this shit, man.
There's no
And
delete this whole 2020 from my memory. If I have
yes, Groove's Dental Design.
uh, something which I started as a dream and I'm living my dream. So yeah,
Wow. And Oramax. Oramax.
Aura Max is something which I see, and I'm not even making it up because Aura Max is something which I see progressing to a lot of boundaries and creating a great name for themselves. Because I've seen you, Saz, I've seen you, and I'm not saying this because we are live and people are watching this. I've seen you, I've interacted with you, and I see how passionate you are about what you're doing. And when I see you in your clinic and when I see your patients, there's going to be no time that you're going to be the name in this industry pretty soon.
Thank you so much, Nikhil, for your best wishes. And we hope and pray that Groove's Dental Design flourish more and more, and you have branches all over the country, all over the world, and you grow pounds and pounds altogether. And yeah, so for all those guys who are not following Groove's Dental Lab, please click on this button and follow Groove's Dental Design and follow Oramax and stay updated with our latest activities. I give a big shout out for Groove's Dental Design. They have some wonderful presentations and cases in their page, so just check them out. And thank you, Nikhil, once again for coming us live with us today and for your precious time and such so much valuable input, such practical data, practical demonstrations of so many things, you know. So thank you once again, and thank you all the participants for coming live. We should have such more live sessions very frequent, man. It's amazing.
Absolutely, it was fun. It was fun. Thank you so much for having me, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. Take care. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.